Sunday Sports. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line. As he's down at the 19. At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go, let's go. White, Tony. 18, let's go. 11.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. 42 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
18, let's go.
They'll run with a USC man, Woody Marks. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here we go. 18, let's go.
Now Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
18, let's go. 19 Texans.
Stroud to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. This pass left side to Downs. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to it quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now he's going to step up and run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
That's good. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's to his tight end, Tyler Warren. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. The first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now first and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Texans want to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready.
Off the option, that's complete. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. On third down, here's Taylor. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. And his kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. Don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here we go.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
39-yard line.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Up to the right, up to the right. 18, that's it.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Oh, ready. 18, that's it. Oh, boy.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Oh, hey. South, south, south.
And Stroud now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the gun again to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7.
All right. South, south. What's that? Out to the right, out to the right. Hey!
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts 22. 57 yards rushing for him in this 1st half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
All right.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
7, Colts 3.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ready, set.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go. Ready.
And this taken in by Downs. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Down the left sideline. Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 68 yards. And the Colts have retaken the lead.
And here on 3rd down, your #1 goal, don't be a hero, just get the first down. But here, once he gets past the line of scrimmage, the field opens up for him. And he's able to take it right up the gut and into the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Second down and 6 now.
Here we go. Under. Speed left.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this for about the 32. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Hey. Oh, 18. What's that? Hey, hold up.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
18, outside.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
18, outside.
Running left, it's Mixon. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal.
18, out to the right. Oh, boy. Look the hot, look the hot.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over first down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Looking to throw. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Set. 19 Cardinal.
It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
A gain of 14.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And this play doesn't work at all as he's going to be marked down behind the line after the dive. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
19 Tiger. Not ready.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop the throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
19-18. 3.
They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris. inside the 10. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
After the sack here, 2nd and 11. That complete to Downs. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Let's go now.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Left thing, 19. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 19 tight, 19 tight.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, with the decision to go for it. Proves to be a good one.
A gain of 7. First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. There's a quick throw caught out wide. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on third down. Even better decision.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They're going to look to throw. They'll check this one down to Taylor. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And it's complete to Mitchell. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
A gain of 16 yards.
Here we go, Scott.
1st down, Indianapolis.
And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he will not get the yard he needed. He goes the wrong direction. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from the overtime time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Under.
Stroud looking to throw. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to eat some clock and mix it. They'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now 2nd and 3.
What's that? Buggy. 118. What's that? 19 Texas.
Again, it's Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
18. What's that? Under.
Throwing now is Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
18. What's that?
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st.
Speed left. Tony.
Here's Stroud. Caught left side. Here's Dell. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Take Dell. 34 yards. And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own
On the jump.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready, ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Down the left sideline. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nico Collins, 50 yards. And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Texans 31, Colts 10. Kaimi Fairbairn.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Colts send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Ow, okay. Swap. Another swap.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Texans, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra
That's on Sunday.
Bucks are 2-7 without Giannis.
Yep.
Danny Wolf finished off with the lob. Bucks 127-82. Milwaukee went scoreless the final 7 minutes. Here's Doc after the game. Tough loss for the Bucks, but today marks the official start of the NBA trade season. That means that 90% of the players in the NBA are now eligible to be traded by their team. So, Bobby, what's the biggest question facing the Bucks now during trade season?
Well, certainly the Giannis question is, but I think for right now, I think is there anything out there that can help improve this roster here? When you look at, they've got that first round pick in 2031 or 2032. That's their only first they can go out and trade. They have 3 players making $60 million. Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, and Miles Turner. What else is out there? Remember, John Horst last year made the Kyle Kuzma trade. But if it's not Giannis, is there something else that you can make to improve roster who's 11 is playing spot?
All right, let's move on to the Mavs. And they've started to find their stride. They've won as many games in their last 6 games as they did in their first 20. So, Bobby, what's the big question facing the Mavs?
Well, it comes down to Anthony Davis right now. If you're not comfortable extending Anthony Davis, who is extension eligible for $275 this offseason, is it better off looking at trade options right now, or do you want to wait until Kyrie Irving gets back to look at what the body of work is, then address this in the offseason here? Anthony Davis is going to be the center point as far as over the next 6 weeks.
One more, Bobby. Let's go to Chris Paul. Not played for the Clippers since the 1st of December. He was sent home by the organization for a difference in leadership styles, we'll call it. The Clippers will attempt to move CP3 this trade season. But, Bobby, could there be any other names that could join them?
Well, they're 6-19 right now. They're certainly sitting in the bottom of the standings. They're continually tumbling back there. I think the focus is going to have to be on James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Ivica Zubac. They don't control their first-round pick until 2030. Is there a deal that where you can take 2 steps back to go 3 steps forward here? As far as
reset, basically.
With a reset. Yeah. And I think the hardest thing to do is when you don't control those picks, and it's a lot different than when Brooklyn was there with Sean Marks, who inherited that Boston trade where he can wipe the slate clean, when that front office is still in place, to take those 2 steps back, as I said here. But those would be the 3 guys be looking at. The Chris Paul situation is going to resolve itself.
Yeah. Ramona, how do you see the Clippers approach?
I don't get the sense that they are thinking about blowing it up. I think they want to get back to being as competitive as they can be. They've been a little bit more competitive in these last few games. Their defense has been better. They had Houston on the ropes, and there was a couple of strange plays at the end of the game, which is what happens when you're losing games, right? When you're losing games, you keep finding ways to lose games. But they are closer. They are getting better, and I don't think they're ready to pull the plug on James Harden or Kawhi Leonard or any of those bigger names. I think it would be something around the margins just to change the vibe a little bit.
I just don't know if that's enough, man. Like, the West is so hard.
Yeah, it's clearly not enough, right? They're 6-19.
Yeah.
And the question is, they owe their first-round pick to Oklahoma City.
Right.
It's unprotected.
Right. No, you can't. The whole league needs them to win because they don't want to.
The All-Star game is in L.A. Steve Ballmer's a competitive guy. I don't see them being comfortable trying to bottom out. I think they're just going to keep trying to climb up the standings a little bit.
I would look at John Collins, who's on an expiring contract, Brook Lopez, who has a team option for next year, Bogdan Bogdanovic, who has a team option. That gets you to around $45 to $50 million. This is a Clipper team that potentially could have cap space in the 2027 offseason. A guy that I would pay attention to would certainly be Zach LaVine, where you can take back his contract for next season. He gives them an athletic wing for this Clipper team, and it doesn't impact you financially in 2027, where they could be sitting on $100 million in cap space.
Man, doesn't look good. But I don't want to be the Grinch on Christmas. So let's get to Dunk the Hall's dunk game against the Suns, which means him and Dylan Brooks are going to go at it. Let's start here. LeBron chase down. Yes. Even at 40, almost 1 years old, he could still do it.
Haven't people learned?
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm still surprised when I see it.
So here's how this thing went down with Dylan the Villain and LeBron. They get into it. Refs get in the way.
I mean, this has been going on since Dylan was in Memphis and they played that playoff series. And I always wonder, why LeBron lets him get under his skin, because he always does.
Dylan is doing his job, if that's the case.
Very good at it.
Here's LeBron at 3.
He's agitated. He's real mad.
Yeah, he's big mad. Now, here's where the Lakers blow this big lead. Okay. Luka, though, tries to stem the comeback for the Suns. But here come the Suns again.
Well, when you can shoot threes at the clip, they can.
Yep.
To get back in the game.
Brooks from the free throw line gets that one to fall.
Swing, swing, swing.
Colin Gillespie.
Been a good find for them, Gillespie.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yep. Marcus Smart rejected at the rim. Here comes Devin Booker. He misses, gets it back, finds Dylan the villain. LeBron hits him. He wants a foul. Then he gets in LeBron.
Right up in LeBron's face.
Bumps him. Dylan gets thrown out.
Second tee.
Yep. LeBron missed the first technical.
Oh, when he missed that, I really thought they were going to lose.
Yep. But LeBron hoists this one.
Is it a foul? Is it a foul?
Booker did not think
There
so.
was a swipe, but how much contact was there?
LeBron
Missed the first one, though.
misses the
It's a little
first.
tight.
Gets the other two.
Is that a foul?
One more look for the Suns. LeBron and the Lakers escape. They had us looking through today's thread post. Content creator Rush posted, Lakers are now 9-0 this season in clutch games.
Is why they are near the top of the standings.
Yeah, fans, don't forget to keep the conversation going on thread. You can scan the QR code and jump into the conversation. So, Bobby, does the Lakers' record in clutch time pass the eye test?
Was that an asterisk next to that Laker number there? Because I thought that game was an asterisk yesterday. Because although we counted as a clutch win,
Yeah.
you were outscored 17-5 in the last 4 minutes of this game. You couldn't get a bucket with LeBron and Luka on the court. You had a 99.9% chance of winning when you're up 14, and you're lucky that you did not lose that game here. So I wouldn't. I guess by what the stats say, I guess that's a clutch win. I wouldn't define that as a clutch win. I think they're very fortunate that they were able to win it. They did enough. A lot had to kind of go wrong, but I think you saw the impact that, similar to what we saw Victor on Saturday, the impact of Dylan Brooks to agitate LeBron throughout this game almost cost the Lakers a win there.
I mean, I know Dylan gets kicked out of the game. They get a free throw at the end. LeBron misses that free throw. But I think his impact on the Suns can't be understated. Like, he has been everything they needed. They get toughness out of him. They get an edge. They get competitiveness. And the fact that he can still get LeBron this mad and throw – I mean, LeBron played well in this game. This wasn't Dylan throwing him off his game, but he took a lot of energy out of him, and I think he fired up the Suns to get back in this game. Plus, he shot the ball well.
I was watching this game on the Lakers broadcast here in LA, and I thought Stu Lance made a great comment about LeBron and that interaction with the official. He needed to be very careful there, because he could have gotten teed up or worse, thrown out of the game in that scenario. All right, of course, we talked about LeBron. Got to talk about Steph, too. Steph would not be outdone as he returned after missing 5 games with a quad contusion. We start with the game Friday against the Timberwolves. Steph and company coming out. Now watch this pregame. I mean, this is insane.
And that's how you tear
That is not AI generated. That is real.
Absolutely.
Is that a new thing for him in his pregame warm-up?
Yeah.
Worried about their rotators.
I've been there when he's done it twice. Here's
my gosh.
Curry from 3, of course. And then early the first.
Got Spencer.
They swing it. There's Curry again from the top. And a couple minutes later, as we get ready to go to the third quarter, Curry with the crossover on Rudy.
Oh, he loves doing that.
And then the finish gets the bump, too. Didn't get the call, though. A little over 2 minutes left in the fourth. Warriors. Curry another 3. Warriors now up 1. Less than 30 seconds to go. T-Wolves up to Julius Randle. He'll find Dante DiVincenzo with a quick trigger. Warriors lose despite Curry's 39 points, 127 to 120. Now let's go to Sunday. Curry and the Warriors facing off against the Trailblazers. We'll start early in the third.
Well, look, Portland is 3-0 against the Warriors this season, and they win games because they force an average of 19 turnovers a game in them.
But the one thing they don't shoot well 3-point wise.
Correct.
Yeah, well, Curry continues his flurry in Portland. Here's Curry. Again. I mean,
that is amazing.
Doesn't matter.
Try that at home.
Yeah. And look at this deep 3. Like, it's all these deep threes. Look at this one. Halfway between the 3-point line and the logo.
Anybody else that's not a good shot?
Yeah. It is for him, that's for sure. He's made a living out of that. Now watch this. Curry again. Sidestep.
I mean, you know he's coming, but like every team that game plans against him knows he's coming, but you can't see him because he plays so far behind the defense.
Jeremy Grant gets the and one. Blaze after the free throw wouldn't look back. Warriors lose 136 to 131. Curry with 48 points, including 12 threes. Here's Steve Kerr, not happy after the game.
So we got to find a way to connect the game. That's my job. I'm not doing my job well this year. We're 13 and 14. We have enough talent to be much better. We're losing all these games, so I got to find a way to help these guys.
Steph went for 48, but he didn't get a lot of help on the offensive end as he scored 3 times as many points as any other Warrior. Bobby, all right, I know we've asked this question before. Is there any help coming for Steph?
Not at least for the next month here. They're still sitting on that Jonathan Kuminga contract. He can't, although 90% of the league can be traded today, he can't be traded until January 15th. He's been sitting on the bench collecting DNPs. The last 2 games, they've given up 127 and 136 points. So you can say certainly offensively, is there something more coming? I look at it defensively as far as cleaning up. They're allowing the 6th most turnovers per game. They allowed a Portland team to shoot 20 of 31 from deep last night here. But right now, they are who they are. Still, they can figure out where the Kuminga situation is going to go.
I do think there's things they can do, though. And Jimmy Butler has talked about this with Anthony Slater at several points during the season. When they run their offense, it's this free-flowing, beautiful offense that's designed with Steph Curry in mind. But when Steph goes off the court and Jimmy Butler is now your guy and he's the head of the snake, Jimmy Butler needs to play a totally different game. He needs to play more of an isolation-heavy game. They need to set him up for success. And I think that's what Steve Kerr is talking about there. I like that he owns that. And I actually think there's something they can do there. They just need to play a different style of offense when Steph is not on the court and Jimmy is their front of the screen.
I also think they're young guys, and Draymond has kind of alluded to this too, need to play their roles, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean, where's it? Like, Kuminga is the kind of guy that you would need in a game like this against Portland. Portland has a lot of young, long, athletic guys on the perimeter. They have averaging 19 turnovers a game in these 3 wins against the Warriors. That's a lot. But it's also just a little bit more than what the Warriors have been doing in every single game. They're averaging 16 turnovers a game. And that's things that you can correct.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with the Warriors as we move forward. But on a far more serious note here from the weekend, a mass shooting and updated the headlines. On Saturday, 2 students were killed and 9 more were wounded in a mass shooting at Brown University. The investigation is ongoing, but police currently have no suspects in custody. Brown canceled all remaining classes and exams for the semester, telling students they could leave campus. Steve Kerr, whose father was assassinated in Beirut in 1984, spoke pregame Sunday about the shootings.
You know, these shootings continue to happen, and there is something we can do about them. You know, the loss that all of the people involved last night, the loss that they're feeling, exactly the same loss as all the Parkland families and every other mass shooting. Nobody asked me about it today. I didn't expect anybody to ask me. I doubt we're going to do a moment of silence out there because it's human nature just to not want to deal with this stuff. And it's human nature just to think, you know, this is so horrible. Let's just not even think about it. But we have to think about it. Think about, do you want something done? Do you want your child to go to school terrified every day, or want to actually take action? Because that's what a democracy is about, where we demand that our representatives protect us. And that option is there. So we can either, you know, just do what we're continuing to do and let these things happen, or make some demands. And so as you're thinking about this today, think about what if it were your own family member. Thanks.
Probably back that one up this weekend. Victor Wembanyama returned to the court, taking on the 24-1 Thunder, and his case for best player in the world just got. Here's SGA MB after the game.
We anticipate this becoming, you know, maybe the best rivalry in the league.
Possibly. Yeah, there's a good chance. like you said, are young, really good. Have a lot of talent, play the right way, they play good brand of basketball. I'm just glad to be part of something that's growing to be so beautiful and so pure and ethical basketball, you know.
Hi there, everybody. George Sedano in for Malika Andrews, senior writer Ramona Shelburne with us, and of course, front office insider Bobby Marks. So, Ramona, how does this rivalry, now that we've got one, drive Victor, in your opinion?
He doesn't. It's the only time that he actually seems not that polite. Like every other time he says, even when he says, "I'm the best player in the league," I think it would be me. Like his body language is reserved. He's leaned back. But when he talks about Chet, or when he does things where he grabs the rebound or he grabs the ball after Chet misses a free throw, like that's the only part you can see the dark side. It's the only part where you can see the not so nice side. And I kind of like that there is some rival, there is someone that gets through to him, because he's so poised and he's so ethical, to use his word, in every other thing he says and does on the court.
I think they're the best team that's equipped to take on Oklahoma City. I think it would be naive to say that they found a secret formula that other 29 teams can do.
Yeah.
But when you have a player like Victor on the court, and you saw it in the stretches when he was on the court and when he was off the court, he was plus 21 in 21 minutes here. The ability to defend like he did, the ability of the guards in Oklahoma City not to get to the rim, and just the difference as far as what and then you add the guards with San Antonio with Fox, Castle, and Harper.
Yeah.
I do think they are probably the team that we could probably label as a team that's probably best built to take on a Thunder team.
Listen, I was there, and I could see the energy slipping away from the Spurs. And then Mitch Johnson brought him in, and immediately, I mean, the highlights don't do it justice. If you watched it on TV, you could feel it a little bit, but in the building, you could sense it turning very quickly. And the Thunder, I hadn't seen them in a situation like that since the playoffs, right, where another team is coming, bringing momentum their way, and then all of a sudden they can't answer back in the way that they're usually accustomed to. But, man, he was a difference maker. And it's not just the stuff with Chet. I mean, Casey Wallace tried to tackle him, and he, bowed up on him.
Yeah.
So, he's got a real edge to him for sure. So, look, and if you like Saturday's matchup, you're in luck, because the Spurs and Thunder will face each other 3 more times over the next month. And that, of course, includes Christmas Day, a showdown in OKC. Let's welcome in our Hall of Famer, Mark Spears, who's in Vegas. Mark, you spoke to De'Aaron Fox after the game. What did he tell you?
It's very, very interesting because a year ago, De'Aaron Fox was playing for the Kings, and the head coach of the New York Knicks was coaching for the Kings. This is actually 12 days a year ago before Mike was actually fired by the Kings. And then after that, De'Aaron, that was the last straw for him. He wanted out. So De'Aaron tells me now that he's on the greener side of things, that he hasn't stopped smiling since he's gotten to San Antonio. I asked him, hey, are you keeping up with the Kings at all? Who's definitely struggling. That he doesn't watch their games. About the only guy he's been talking to is Keegan Murray, and he certainly wishes him the best. But he's ecstatic in Texas. His wife is from San Antonio. He's playing with Wemby. As you know, been talking about, they got a chance to be really, really special. And he said Mike Brown is family to him, which probably isn't music to Kings fans here. It's hearing all that. And but they're both going to be competing against each other tomorrow in the NBA Cup Finals. So this is certainly a lot of irony going on here with this versus the Kings situation.
Now, check out Mark's piece with Fox on Andscape. It's up right now for the full story with him and De'Aaron Fox. We'll be back in a minute there, Mark. Stick around. But let's get to the Eastern Conference matchup between the Knicks and the Magic. Jalen Brunson, Paolo Banchero, walking the red carpet. Let's go late in the first. Banchero hits a J here.
That's what I love, his mid-range game. That's something, if he can develop consistently, he's going to be pretty impactful.
Brunson on the other end strikes back. Then we go early second, Desmond Bain. The Jalen Suggs for 3. He was incredibly impactful in the first half, 25 points.
He's really been good lately, and good in the first half until this half.
Yeah, unfortunately, he dealt with a couple of injuries in this game. One looked like a groin, then it was a hip issue. He eventually went midway through the fourth. Mikal Bridges, kick out to Cat for 3. 3 minutes left in the fourth here.
Former three-point champ.
Here's Brunson taking his time at the top of the key. Knocks down the jumper from the free throw line extended. Knicks go on to win 132-120 and advance to the NBA Cup Finals. So they'll face the Spurs on Tuesday. Their first chance to win a championship of any kind for New York, or the Knicks are concerned, since they last won an NBA title.
Oh, you have to go there.
In 1973. I didn't write. I think they put the banner up. I didn't put that banner up.
Yeah, they will.
Right. Now, Mark Spears, it's not the Larry O'Brien trophy, but Mark, what is the excitement level amongst Knicks fans right now in Vegas for this?
Well, there's no bigger Knicks fan than Spike Lee. You know that. You saw him at the game the other day. He put up one finger in regards to Tuesday's championship game, but he